This show is part of the HeadStuff Podcast Network.
This is how it's always been. I'm on the outside looking in.
Welcome to Double Love, the podcast in which we explore the strange and terrifying world of Sweet Valley High, book by book. I'm Anna Carey.
I'm Karen Moynihan.
And we are back for the last time in 2025. What a year it's been in every possible sense. Jesus Christ.
Good God.
What a year it has been in Sweet Valley and indeed LA.
Well, and in the wilds of Montana. Is that where you were for Camp Echo Mountain?
Yeah, God. What a block it out of my mind. Well, we're back for part 2 of Fashion Victim. And let me tell you, there are some victims in this book.
Oh boy, I'll tell you. Victims of reality? I don't know. I think reality is a victim, actually. That's what it is.
Yes, that's the main victim. Plausibility.
Yeah.
I don't know, any sort of sense of realism, character consistency, all of these things are the victims of this ghostwriter. Now, that ghostwriter in the first book was 100% a one-off because that standard has not been reached subsequently.
Oh, God. No, but you know what? They made up for it in other ways, in very unforeseen, unrealistic ways.
They sure did. And speaking of the unforeseen and unrealistic, we are going to just start, as is our wont, by looking at the covers. Now, I have not looked at them yet. We're going to look at the UK cover first. Is that oh no, Jesus, for a second I thought it was a condom. That circle, there's a circle with something it almost looks like it could be something that's rolled up and flat, if you know what I mean.
Oh, is this over on the left, is it? Or where?
No, on the right, just below the letter H.
Oh, okay. It looks really fluffy. So,
well, I see in this blurry photo, and it doesn't. It looks more like something that could be like. You know what it could look like.
Okay. Yeah, look,
for a second I was like, these are party accessories.
Yeah, we are. Do you know what? I think this might actually be the last of these silky background UK covers.
What?
Yeah, I think we're out of them now after this.
What?
I'm pretty sure, because I've had a look around to see if the next book has this like classic shite found in a drawer cover. But there doesn't seem. Now, I could be wrong, but I couldn't find anything online. The next, the physical books that I have for the next trilogy are like one of those 3-in-1 kind of editions. So the cover of those has all the kind of circles with like a picture of the Daniels twins, but a weird kind of floating head kind of version of them. They're not great covers, but I think this might be the end of the era of the silky backgrounds.
I'm actually genuinely upset by that.
Oh no! And we had such disdain for them not so long ago.
Exactly, but it just feels like we've been doing them for so long now that it's like I'm actually taken by surprise that this is the last ever time we will discuss one.
I'm pretty sure it is, yeah.
And it's only a low-res version.
I know, I just couldn't find a proper good version of it. But look, we can make do with what we have here. We
zoom in. Oh yeah, it is fluffy. Yeah, it looks like a feather boa. Good luck.
There you go, see? But yeah, we've got some very bright green silk background going on here. I mean, like it very much is a random crap kind of layout. Now we do have a little tape recorder, which is very relevant.
Yes, a dictaphone, no less.
Yeah, with the tiny tapes and everything, and kind of tapes with all the actual tape is kind of spooled out of it. So this is all good stuff. This is relevant. There is like a fluffy feather boa in the background. We have more of these horrendous pound shop eyelashes that really look like they're just going to fuck up your eyes or give you an eye infection or something. They're just like silver tinsel fake eyelashes.
Spiking into your as a contact lens wearer. Just the thought. No, those yolks scooping out your lenses.
They seem like a bit of a hazard. We also just have like random words cut out of a magazine, which is quite hilarious.
They are like 100% from like Just 17 or something.
Yeah.
Or do you know what? They could be stickers that were given away with one of those
Oh
magazines.
my God. Actually, that would be even funnier.
Yeah.
Because it is literally just random words. It's like boyfriend, music, gossip, hair, passion.
My guilty secret, I think.
Oh my God,
If I
yes.
zoom in really small.
Hilarious. Yeah, I see that there too. So yeah, like these are just, either stickers or just like literally bits of headlines cut out from like Just 17 or Bliss or Sugar or
Yep.
Pick your classic teen magazine of the 90s. It's hilarious. We've also got some more little cheapy little bits of makeup. There's a lipstick in like a see-through plastic tube. They're just such a blast from the past, some of these little makeup bits and pieces.
Yeah, really. If you were a teenager at any point in the 90s,
Honestly,
like
it's visceral.
it really is.
There's like what looks like a little perfume bottle, I think, up onto one side.
Oh, on the left,
There's, what could be like mascara. Now, I say mascara, it could be hair mascara for all we know, because we're very much in that era.
Oh, yeah, we are coming up to that hair mascara era.
I can already feel my hair just being like clumpy and sticky from it. Convincing myself it was totally going to look purple, and it never did.
No.
So it's a lot of like random bits and pieces. We have a bit of ribbon, I think, thrown into the mix too. I mean, it's the last one, so it's bittersweet.
Oh, it is.
But this is where we are. I do enjoy the tape recorder being thrown in there as well, though, as an actual nod to the storyline, which is good too.
I mean, certainly didn't happen in all of these covers. So Godspeed, Silky covers, and whatever unfortunate photography assistant had to put you together. You were ridiculous, but we grew very kind of fond of you, weirdly.
As happens so often with this podcast, we start out mocking something and then quite generally, like, you genuinely get fond of it and are quite sad when it's over.
It's actually weirdly true.
Kind of the theme of our podcast. Like, let's make fun of this thing that we now hold very dear to our hearts.
The best example of that is, of course, the TV program that we started like, what is this shit? And ended up being like, we're going to miss them all so much.
We're best friends.
Well, speaking of things we adore, wow, Cressida.
Yes.
She's using the props.
Oh, look at
that sign with the logo on it was your greatest purchase.
Honestly,
Cressida.
a game changer. And in the nick of time too, Cressida sent us this on last night. Worried it was going to be too late, but no, she was in perfect time. And we thank you very much, Cressida, for furnishing us with, as ever, a wonderful recreation of the American edition covers. Just like, as always, fantastic. I'm going to read out Cressida's description of this.
Oh, please do.
So we have Elizabeth Wakefield snooping around in the office of Flair, ferreting in a filing cabinet. What will she find? Definitely no morals or dignity.
Fat chance.
Maybe just some hypocritical denial. Actually, she does seem to have found a very splendid document, because in Cressida's version, quite often the superior version, let's be real.
Pretty much always.
Liz has found herself a little double love sticker with our logo on it. Which is so cute. So Cressida continues. Elizabeth is dressed in a very fetching vest. Sorry, this was the closest I had, even if it does look like she's about to play a round of golf. Now, I must say, I feel like this is very in keeping with the preppy Liz vibe, so I'm absolutely fine with this little kind of like golfy looking...
It's like an Argyle.
Yes.
I think like tank top.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Oh yes, and Cressida says, at least I did get in her trademark barrettes.
I noticed. Very well done.
It's very nice. The filing cabinet in question, as I know you appreciate these strange little facts, and we really do.
Hell yes.
So it's the desktop drawers that Mr. B uses to store all the many USBs, cables, adapters, batteries, and other bits of IT shite. It is apparently essential, he keeps.
Well, we've all got those bits and bobs around the place.
We're all guilty of that. But also it is essential because it has provided us with a wonderful little dolly-sized filing cabinet. So I'm thrilled with this.
Amazing.
So good. She's looking furtively off to the side and everything, just like Liz on the cover.
It is the posing is so immaculate. Though this scene doesn't appear in the book.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, yeah. But I feel like it's still kind of in keeping with the vibe of the book.
Oh,
you know?
100%.
Like
yes.
she's sneaking around. She's in the office. I suppose if we were being real, she'd have her cast of 1,000 teenagers with her wandering around the office. But maybe they could only get just Cynthia for the day. For the shoot.
Well, I will also say that we do learn that when Elizabeth and Jessica do some actual snooping, they sure dress for the occasion.
Oh boy.
That's one bit where we will have to discuss the outfits as they happen, I think.
Yes,
because
I think
it is key to the insanity of the scene.
Yeah, you need the full picture for that. Absolutely. Agreed.
Speaking of insane scenes, we begin this half of the book in Todd's manky kip of a gaff, where his poor parents, God love them, are trying to make small talk with Simon, because you might recall he has invited them for dinner. It turned out his cooker didn't work and everything got burnt, and he had to make mac and cheese out of a packet and toast, which sounds pretty good to me.
Honestly, we were absolutely fine with this. And in fairness to his parents, they are really like,
oh yeah,
they are doing their best. They're they're obviously trying to cope with the fact that Todd thinks he can make it on his own, but is living in this absolute shitbox that probably smells like burned everything at this point.
Oh God, yeah.
So like, there's that. They're kind of humoring him with this, and now they're also having to try and make conversation with his absolute nightmare girlfriend, who is just being an absolute demon all the way through this. Like, she's so rude, she's so mean, she's like Simone doesn't give a shit. Like effort is just not part of her vocabulary, or like trying to make anyone comfortable or at ease. That's absolutely not her vibe. So she's just being really unpleasant all the way through this.
Oh, no manners, no anything. Very much so. Seriously, where are your parents, Simone? Because when Mrs. Wakefield, or not Wakefield, Wilkins asks her, like, did she like working in Paris? And she's just like, not really. And then doesn't even look at her and is like, what's in this orange slop? And Mrs. Wilkins is trying to be nice, and they, Mr. Wilkins is like, oh, this toast is delicious. Oh. And Simone refuses toast and says, the day I resort to eating buttered toast, you are missing out on one of the finest pleasures of human existence. Seriously, is there anything nicer than really nice toast? Hot buttered toast are the most evocative words in the English language.
God, I swear, there's nothing. I do also enjoy how we seem to have turned into like a toast podcast. We're just really gunning for that Kerrygold sponsorship.
Yeah. Seriously, Kerrygold, do you know where we are?
It's like the amount of talking about toast and butter we've been doing lately. But yeah, like, Simone's an idiot. Like, buttered toast is fantastic. But yeah, poor Todd is just like, my God, this thing is an absolute disaster. So he's just trying to get through this meal. He knows that Simone is being awful too. Yeah. But also, like, Simone's always been like this. So I'm not sure why he's surprised at the same time.
This is very true. And also, like, she is so rude to his parents. Yeah. And especially his mother, which is really bad, and says things like, I just stick to fresh vegetables, and even if I weren't top model, I'd still watch my weight. There's no excuse for a woman letting herself go. And Todd hadn't even considered that this might be a jibe until Simone looks at Mrs. Wilkins with a snide look and is like, no offense. And Emily Wilkins goes bright red. She should actually turn to her and go, oh, sorry, what do you mean by that? Yeah. Or push her on it instead of being like, oh no, this little girl has been mean to me. But I guess she's so stunned and doesn't want to cause a fuss in front of Todd. Simone just keeps being rude and horrible, and basically eventually says, this place is a shithole, I'm going, and then walks out.
Oh my God. But
in also, a typical style.
It's so funny that she's so committed to her supermodel walk that saunters out of the apartment, literally makes a whole production of pushing her fingers through her hair, lowering her hand to her hip, and pushing her shoulders back, hips jutting forward, nose on the... It's like, oh my God, just get out already.
What are you doing? So weird exorcist style crab walk, she's bent over completely backwards.
She's just awful. But just this big production of leaving is so funny as well. But like poor Todd is absolutely mortified by this whole interaction. And like even when Simone is gone, his dad is still like, well, she seems like a spirited girl, instead of being like, wow, she's a massive cunt. What are you doing?
Yeah.
So like, it's pretty clear Todd can see by now that he has made some big mistakes.
Yes. And I mean, I'm glad he saw the light, but he should have seen it before now.
Honestly.
And yeah, he realizes that he just misses Liz and he has to dump Simone. Well, we cut to what is... I mean, this in a normal book, this would be the maddest part, this whole sequence, but it is not.
Well, this is the thing. I was like, wow, things are really, escalating here. And little did I know. Yeah, we cut to Liz being woken up in the middle of the night by Jessica, who's just like shaking her awake. Liz is like, what is happening? Jessica's like, the keys, wake up. And Liz is like, what? What's happening? I'm awake. What's going on? Yeah, what keys? What are you talking about? And Jessica's like, what did you do with Leona's keys? Do you still have them? And Liz admits that, yeah, like she's like, again, she's yawning because she's literally just been like shaken awake and her sister is babbling at her about keys. But she says, yeah, look, I never got around to giving back Leona's house keys because, of course, she had them to go feed her cats ostensibly, which she clearly forgot to do for quite some time. But Liz is like, can I go back to sleep now? Jessica's like, no, get up and put these on. She dumps an outfit onto Liz's bed and tells her that she has come up with a brilliant plan that's going to help prove that this freestyle column was her idea.
Yeah. And Liz, because, ever the doormat, just goes along with this. And like 20 minutes, we cut to 20 minutes later, they're driving to LA. And only now has Jessica revealed the plan, because Liz went along with this, got up and got dressed and got in the car.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just to steal the tape recorder.
They're going to break into Leona's house and steal the tape recorder.
And to do that, Jessica has brought along what I can only describe as a burgling uniform, which includes black ski masks and black leather gloves.
Oh my God.
Very inconspicuous. That's all I'll say.
Just so funny. Like, yeah, both girls are dressed in black jeans and a black sweatshirt. So they're both in all black outfits. And yeah, these 2 black ski masks, 4 black leather gloves are like sitting between them in the Jeep as they speed off to LA in the middle of the night. Incredible.
And there's a lot of back and forth. This is the thing. This book has these amazing moments. There's a lot of filler. Like, there's a lot of pointless back and forth where Jessica persuades Liz to go along with it. And it's like, she gave you the keys. She didn't uninvite you like she's a vampire.
Oh my God, the vampire logic. I was shrieking. This is so funny. But also, like, Liz is like, breaking and entering is a serious crime. And Jessica's like, yeah, you're right. But now that we have Leona's keys, we won't be breaking and entering, just entering. Which is a line that is pretty close to a line that's in the TV show.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, it's Jessica and Lila break into the Moon Beach one night because there's like a fortune-telling machine that they want to break, I think.
I remember that one, yeah.
And one of them has the keys for some reason, and it's like, it's not breaking and entering, it's just entering because we have the keys. And the show did do it first.
Oh, now credit where give the credit, Ghosty. Seriously, because that's not a bad line. So yeah, Liz is like, I want to put it all behind me, but Jessica's like, you wanted to work at Flair and have a career, and this is your chance to clear your name. And anyway, Leona's on crutches, so she can't chase us down the end the building. Little do you know, Jessica. That's all I'll say. God. And she's like, oh, what if you'd left your school bag there? You'd have gone back to collect it. Not at 2 o'clock in the morning, Jessica, I'm just saying.
And not dressed in a fucking balaclava and entirely black outfit. Just the logic is insane. It's so funny, but and
Jessica's manner is unhinged.
Oh, completely.
Like, she keeps giggling and
her tone is real breezy and like, this is not a big deal. And it's like, you are literally driving to this woman's house in the middle of the night to enter it while she sleeps and steal something belonging to her. Like, it's completely insane. But Jess is just so like, yeah, this is totally fine. Don't worry about it. It's grand. And Liz kind of does find herself getting kind of talked into it because of course she does.
Of course. Now, the one thing, like, there is nothing on that tape that would actually prove Leona is guilty apart from the don't tell Elizabeth this. Because the rest of it was just a memo to Gordon pitching the idea. Like, there's no proof that it was Liz's idea.
Yeah, it's literally just her saying not to go through Liz with this.
Yeah.
So it
So
doesn't say stolen idea from Liz is as follows. Like it's not as outright as that at all.
no, not even vaguely. But yeah, Liz thinks, oh, maybe the tape will make Gordon forgive Reggie for her crimes. I mean, Gordon should be considering Reggie's mental stability, seeing as her only friends seem to be a bunch of 16-year-olds he just met. But anyway, Liz thinks that for Reggie's sake, they have to try.
There's no other choice, simply.
They turn up at the condo and the whole place is basically floodlit. Like,
oh God, amazing.
Spotlights everywhere.
No kidding.
And so they put on their ski masks because that will not look conspicuous. Like, they could literally just walk up. There's no security cameras as far as we can tell. They could just walk right up and let themselves into the building, and instead they're like skulking around in ski masks.
It's a thing of just walk around like you're meant to be there, and it's fine.
Yes.
They are literally creeping around like in their balaclavas. They literally could not look more like they're up to something. Talk about like don't be suspicious. Oh my God.
Just imagining them doing that Gian Ralphio and Mona Lisa dance.
100%. Triggering motion sensor lights and scampering away. Like.
So, yeah, they let themselves in, balaclavas and all. I guess they're not leaving fingerprints because they've got their leather gloves.
There you go. They are ready for anything.
And Jessica stands in the entrance to the sitting room and keeps watch while Liz goes for the tape recorder, and it's exactly where she left it. The tape is still in there. And then she falls over a suitcase, which of course wakes up Leona.
Of course it does. Jessica, who's keeping sketch, is just like, Leona's coming. So Liz is like, oh God. And for some reason they have to go out the back door instead of out the way they came, because I guess Leona's coming up the hallway now.
Stumping along on her crutches.
I guess, yeah. So they run, it's like through the kitchen. There's some kind of French doors that they can get out.
Yeah.
They kind of fumble with the latch, but they have to like hop over a wall, I think, when they're out.
Yeah, they're on a sort of a deck balcony thing.
Yes.
And then there's stairs going down from it, but for some reason they climb over the railings for the drama. And
I guess.
And when they look back, Leona is standing on the deck, shining in the moonlight.
It's insane. Like, I just, because of course this whole back patio is floodlit too. So everything is like absolutely 100% visible.
And then, for no reason whatsoever, they arrive at the Jeep and there is a Doberman pinscher with a bloodthirsty gleam in his eyes blocking the path. Why? Yeah. Who owns this dog?
Whose dog is this? It's crazy. The dog growls at them and Liz is a bit freaked out and she's like, oh, nice puppy. But the dog is like baring his teeth. He's kind of like, no, not having this at all. Jessica's like, this is totally ridiculous. She waved her fist. She waved her fist at the dog and growled back, we don't have time for this, so beat it.
It works!
Which works insanely. Jessica literally shakes her fist at this Doberman and he's like, okay, fair enough.
Just controls it with sheer charisma.
Or else she just out crazied the dog where it's like, you know what? I'm not getting involved in this.
I'm going back to wherever I've been wandering around from, because like this is not a guard dog. They were able to drive up to this place. There's no walls, like or locks. Like
whose dog is this?
This is just Cujoing around.
Sure.
LA.
Just neighborhood watch. It's just this one doggy. Fucking Paw Patrol on the case.
Just gonna drive off in like a bin lorry or something. or a cement mixer.
Sure. Seems reasonable. Honestly, that might seem like ridiculous. This is nothing compared to what's coming by the way.
I'm already slightly hysterical.
I was just going to say, I feel like we're already slightly deranged and it's so early in this half of the book.
And by the way, we are recording this at like 11:30 on a Wednesday. In the day, there's no cans happening.
No.
Like it's...
I think if there were cans, we would actually just be unintelligible completely. So this is probably for the best.
I mean, just rolling around on the ground, crying with laughter.
Just a lost cause. Yeah.
Speaking of lost causes, God, there's so much filler in all of these scenes. We cut to Todd the next morning and he arrives at Simon's apartment and her roommate Cecile lets him in. And there's like long descriptions of all this. I guess the only point of Cecile's description, there isn't really one, but if I'm being generous, it's because her eyes are the same colour as Liz's and that makes him think of her.
Yeah.
And when he goes in, he finds Simone on the phone, but she fawns all over Todd when he appears. And it's clearly to annoy the other person in the phone call.
There you go. Yeah, he realizes quite quickly that she's talking to Quentin and she kind of makes it like she's on some business call with him. But yeah, she's just kind of like trilling about how Todd is here and she's so thrilled and no one cares what you think about it. And now Todd is like, oh God, this is going to fuck up my career because basically it all hinges on Quentin thinking he's great. And Simone is just like yelling at Quentin on the phone, calls him a creep and a jerk and slams down the phone and is like, ugh, he's the worst. And Todd is like, doesn't really know what to do.
Yeah,
but
it's very awkward.
It's very awkward. And she's being all like really overtly like flirty and stuff with him now as well. And he's just like, what am I doing here? And he kind of realizes as he's looking at her that he's not actually attracted to her anymore at all, that it was obviously just the novelty of being a model and just got a bit carried away.
Yes.
And he's like, oh, Simone, I'm in sort of a hurry. But then she kind of won't let him say what he has to say, basically.
Oh, it's so annoying.
She keeps kind of fawning over him. So literally like 20 minutes go by. Eventually she comes out with carrot sticks and he's just like, okay,
she goes off to get snacks and it takes her 20 minutes to get some carrot sticks and low-fat yogurt. Low-fat yogurt is like sugar, basically. It's just... I don't know what she was doing in there. And then she says that she had a great time at his house. And she's like, what the fuck? No, you clearly didn't. And then he looks at her and he cannot believe he fancied her with her. We are told he remembers thinking she was gorgeous. An exotic combination of pale skin and black hair. Well, you want exotic, Todd? Come to Ireland. That is quite a lot of us.
But yeah, he's just, I suppose the longer he spends with her, the more put off by her he is. And he's just like, oh, how did I ever fancy her? She kind of reminds him of a rodent, apparently, because she's pointy front teeth now out of nowhere. But as she's like gnawing on her carrot stick, he's just like, oh my God, I've got to get out of here. Yeah.
So he says, look, I don't think we should see each other anymore. And she's immediately enraged. Her sweet expression is replaced with a hateful stare. And he's like, look, this isn't working. We'll be happier. Both of us will be happier apart. And she says, save the sappy lines for your high school girls. And starts pacing around and says that it's, if he wants to dump her, he can kiss his modeling career goodbye.
Yeah, and Todd is like, what do you mean? And he's really kind of like on high alert now. And Simone says that she's going to make him pay for this. She's stabbing the air with her carrot stick and she speaks. But she says that by the time she's through with him, the closest thing he'll get to a modelling gig is if he becomes an escaped felon and they hang up his picture at the post office. So
that was quite a good line, actually.
You know what? In fairness to Simone, it actually was. So he leaves and he is kind of reeling. He's just like, he's relieved that this relationship is over because, he's realized that she's terrible. But he's also kind of panicky now that he's just fucked up this like burgeoning modeling career as well. Yes. So he's like, well, oh God, if I don't have this, how the hell am I going to keep this like independent life that I've suddenly decided I'm going to have going? Like this is all going to go up in smoke too, surely now.
How indeed, Todd. Maybe you shouldn't have moved out of home and signed a lease when you'd done one modeling job.
One gig. And also just go back to school, Todd. Come on now. What are we doing here?
By the way, we forgot because we were so hysterical about Jessica controlling a Doberman with the power of the human eye. We forgot to mention that they do listen to the tape on the way home, and it turns out that Leona recorded over the memo, but it wouldn't have proved anything, so it makes no fucking difference. This whole thing was ridiculous.
Honestly, I didn't even think of that. I was just like, oh no, I can't believe she did that.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. Even if she hadn't, it really proved nothing.
Nothing. Well, we cut to the casa and we're told Jessica is hanging out with her friends, Amy Sutton and Lila Fowler. They refer to people by their full names quite a lot. And she can't believe how much has happened in a fortnight. Neither can I, Jessica.
Honest to God, it's so funny. Lila's like, oh, I'm so glad it's over. Just one more day of that internship. Is all that's left, I think. Or, oh no, is it actually over now? Is that it? Oh no, because she's saying, one more day of that internship, they would have had to rush me to hospital for exhaustion.
It is over. Yeah. It's the weekend.
So it's done now, yeah.
Yeah, we learned that Amy was working with her mother at the TV network. So she had a proper internship.
Yeah. She was a production assistant. Yeah, so it's like, okay, and that'll make sense too, that she was already had a connection there at this place because Diane's a sportscaster.
She is. But Jessica brags about her glossy life, doesn't talk about all the cat shit and, looking around things of sand. And then, she tells them about her jet setting and going out to the LA clubs. And then Amy says, what's it like going out with a guy that old? Jessica chuckled at the strange question. He's in his early 20s, she countered. I wouldn't call that old. I would. And I think this is indescribably fucked up that is presented with no criticism to a bunch of 11-year-olds reading this book.
Yeah, that is absolutely fucked. You're right. And also, when you are 16, someone in their 20s is old to you. They just are.
Would have been old.
Yeah.
Jesus, an adult with a job should not be you would think they were an old man. Totally. I would have, if anybody I knew had been going out with somebody in their 20s when I was that age, we would have thought he was a pervert and she was mad. It would not, the idea that it's Jessica chuckled, by the way, there's a lot of chuckling in this book as well. But, what a strange question. It is not even vaguely strange.
It's bad. But also, the worst part is that this genuinely was a thing. Plenty of men in their 20s were going out with high school girls and probably still do, and they're all gross.
Yep. I remember a friend of mine, when he was 23, went out with a girl who was 17, and we were an intervention. And she was lovely and really smart and nice, but it was it's too big an age gap.
No.
So, that's not a thing here. There's no question from the ghostwriter or for any, really sensible character that there's anything wrong with this. Even Liz never says anything to her.
Yeah,
about the fact she's going out with an adult. But they all complain about boring guys in school, and we learn that all is not well with Lila and Beau.
I'm devastated about this.
Same.
It's so sad because Lila's also complaining about guys and how terrible they are, and then Amy mentions that Lila hasn't talked about Beau in a while, and Jessica also realizes she hasn't heard Lila gushing about him because she has been consistently going on about Beau the whole time since Camp Echo Mountain. They have kept that up, but so she's what's going on there? What's the story? And Lila shrugs and she's like, oh, Beau's fine. I'm just getting tired of dating over the phone. And I'm so sad. But again, I suppose, they are in entirely different states. This probably wasn't really going to work, but it's a pity because Beau was great.
We loved Beau. One of the few good things, as well as Frank Cobra to come out of Echo Mountain. With all those weird little homunculus children on the cover.
What a time.
I'm glad that era's over.
I was I'm glad we did it, but I'm glad it's over.
Very much so. Well, we cut to Liz. She's writing in her journal about Todd, and she decides accurately that she's drowning in self-pity. So Lila, Jessica and Amy stick their heads in, and they're all sympathising. They've all heard about what Leona did to her, and they think it's terrible. And then the phone rings and Jessica answers and says, who may I it's for Liz, and she says, who may I tell her is calling? And who could it be?
Wait, it's Leona Pearson herself.
Why, yes. Well, Liz immediately panics because she has absolutely no chill in this miniseries. She's constantly panicking and shrieking, and it means that when actually terrible dramatic things happen, it's a boy who cried wolf situation.
But also you would be fairly freaked out considering she
broke
into Leona's house just the night before.
And she takes the phone and Leona's all surprise.
Surprise, bitch. She literally says, I'm sure you didn't expect to hear from me, did you?
And Liz just mumbles. And Leona's we parted on such bad terms. Yeah, Liz was being frog marched out of a building by a security guard.
Oh my God, it was so excessive. But she says she can't let things stand as they are because things were so good at the start. You're such a bright and talented young woman. And Liz is what the fuck is going on? Because Leona's talking about how she really surpassed her expectations of an intern and know you'll go far. And Liz is okay, thanks, but what you did was so unfair. And she's again, chuckles because everyone's chuckling all the time.
Oh my God, so much chuckling.
Elizabeth, you're naive. It happens all the time in the corporate world. She's She's like going on about sometimes people get hurt and I'm sorry that to be you. But, apparently she realizes that she thinks that Liz has now learned an important lesson and she can thank her for that. And Liz is still unconvinced. And she's like, oh, wow, thanks, Leona. I guess having my ideas stolen and my proposal plagiarized and getting fired and being thrown out of the mode building was all worthwhile.
I do love that Liz actually just stands up to her in this scene. That is one thing that is quite a refreshing change.
She is actually being sarcastic and rude to her because it's no less than Leona deserves, to be fair.
Exactly. Because Leona's like, well, we all know freestyle was an amazing idea, but, you didn't have the experience and finesse to pull it off yet. And Liz is like, well, yeah, that may be true, but that doesn't give you any right to steal it. But Leona says, try to understand, it's worth much more to me than you. To you, it might be what? An A+ on your report card? For me, freestyle makes more of the two things that make this world go round. Power and money. How? How does a one-page reader submission slot in the magazine that you are I don't know, can't remember, making up fucking title.
Oh, God. Like,
how does that give you power and money? This is bullshit.
This thing is so dumb because they're like, yes, freestyle is a good idea, but it's not worth all of this. Like, what is happening?
Oh, it's certainly not worth what's coming up. So Leona's all like, I respect you as a foe and... you're a worthy opponent and you'll go far and I want to make it up to you by taking you out for lunch. And Liz snaps at her, but Leona's like, ha ha ha, you have a lot of spunk too. And we need to put some closure on it. Let's go out to a French cafe. So Liz then has an idea because she thinks maybe she could get the whole conversation on tape.
Aha. Well, there you go. Because Leona has literally just said, yeah, I stole your idea, but it's worth more to me than you. So she's like, okay, if I can keep her talking like that and just actually record her as it's happening, this will be worth doing and it'll be worth meeting up with her and enduring a lunch with her tomorrow. So I think in the meantime, Maria and Enid come in as this conversation is happening.
They do.
There's kind of an audience now watching Liz have this conversation. So she agrees to go for lunch and like everyone gasps in the bedroom as they hear this.
So chill.
Like a little panto audience. So Liz agrees to go for the lunch, hangs up, and then just says, oh, hey guys, I lined up a power lunch. And Lila's like, I can't believe you want to go out for lunch with her. So Liz then reveals her big plan is that she's going to gather evidence and record her over lunch and sort this whole thing out once and for all. So Jessica's really proud of her and delighted that Liz hasn't given up.
Yes. So we cut to Todd. He's driving through the streets on his way to Sweet Valley, and he wonders what Liz is doing now. And he can't believe that he threw such a jewel away for awful Simone. But when he arrives on Calico Drive, he sees Liz drive away in the Jeep, and he's like, I cannot, wait another moment. I must follow her right now. So, he just drives after her.
Yep.
And turns out it's a good thing he does.
Sure is. Yeah. We then cut to Liz, who's just kind of running over what she's going to say to Leona as she's driving.
Yes.
So she's on this like coastal road. There's kind of a cliff off to one side. It's whatever route she's taking to this French cafe, wherever it is. Like Flora Beach, I think, is her destination.
Yes.
So she's driving along. She's kind of running through all these things she's going to say when she sees her and all things that kind of leading lines that'll get Leona talking. So she's kind of developing her plan as she goes.
Yes. It turns out that her friends who really have nothing better to do in their lives than like spend their days rehearsing weird scenarios with Liz. They've coached her. She's gone through everything. She's got the tape recorder in her pocket. And then she notices that a black pickup truck is going behind her and she thinks he wants to overtake, so she slows down, but he keeps tailgate, just go right up next to her, and there's a blonde mustachioed man at the wheel. But as it goes on, he's laughing at her, he is unhinged. He is very unsubtle for somebody whose job should be to be inconspicuous. That is all I will say.
Absolutely, yeah, because she's kind of trying to put a bit of distance between her and this pickup, but he keeps speeding up to catch up to her, so he's just staying on her tail the whole way along this road. And she is a bit freaked out because she can see, that he's laughing. And she's like, oh my God, what is up with this guy? He's so creepy.
Yeah.
And then she feels a thump from behind because he has actually like bumped into the back of the Jeep now. So she's obviously really shaken by this. And this is so dangerous as well because there's all these sharp curves. There's like this coastal road with a cliff running along one side. So the Jeep ends up kind of swerving because, again, this guy is kind of like now bumping the back of the Jeep. And she's horrified when she realizes he's trying to run her off the fucking road.
Yeah, he literally is. And he's like, oh, guy, gorgeous, give me a kiss. So we cut to Todd's POV because he has he's followed her. That he wonders, has he like taken a wrong turn or but then he sees the truck ramming the Jeep, and he's obviously freaked and vows to save Liz. And he memorizes the number plate, which is actually very sensible of him. And then he pulls into the left lane, so he's right next to the driver, so he can see his face. And he basically tries to wedge his car in between the Jeep and the truck.
Yes,
and Liz sees this and recognizes it's Todd's car in the mirror. She pulls over. So was she able to just pull over the whole time? Like this slightly...
I am a bit confused about the layout of this road, or maybe they've reached a stretch where she can now pull over or something. I'm not
the hard shoulder,
sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it was obviously really scary and tense right there on these kind of like really bendy parts of this like cliffside road. But yeah, they get to a point where Todd has obviously made enough of a nuisance of himself that Liz can now pull over, and this guy just kind of like honks the horn really like crazily, but I think he just keeps going.
Yeah, he she gets ahead and she realizes she can't see the car, and then she runs back and Todd is standing next to his own car and the truck is driving away. So I guess he just gave up.
I guess,
So she runs into Todd's arms and they embrace, and then he's like, oh, Elizabeth, if I had lost you. But then she remembers that Simone is his girlfriend now. So she pulls herself away and reveals that she was on her way. Like, there's a lot of filler here. So they basically, she says, I was on my way to meet Leona, and tells her about the plan. And Todd offers to drive her to the restaurant, but she says that she can't do that now. She's just too upset. So she's going to go home. And he's like, well, I can drive you home, or at least, I'll get someone to collect the Jeep later.
Yeah.
And it's almost like he's going to kiss her because he's like, I want to take care of you. He sounds like a serial killer in this bit, I'm just going to say.
He does a little bit, yeah.
He's like whispering, his breath softly fanning her face. And she jumps back even though she wants to kiss him. And says she'll be fine, she'll just drive home. And then she literally drives away crying.
Yeah, like she is really shaken up by this, which is very understandable. Yeah. But like, even though she's insisting that she's fine, Todd is just like, I can't leave you here on your own. Like no way. But she does just kind of run off crying and just drives off quite dangerously because she is so shaken up. Like she shouldn't be driving at all. And Todd is unconvinced, but she's like, no, I'm absolutely fine. And he knows she's lying, but like, what can he do? So she does just kind of head off and she drives away. But like, Todd is obviously like, okay, this is obviously something serious is going on here.
Yes. Well, we cut to Jessica laden down with shopping because Quentin had called her earlier and ordered her to be ready by 7:30 for a dinner party at, now it says Spago's. Even I know. I don't even know if it's Spago or Spago, but it doesn't have an apostrophe S. It is just Spago. Or Spago.
Yeah, I had to look. I looked it up because I wasn't sure now if this was like made up place, real place, and it turns out it's slightly wrong.
Yeah, because I knew it was a real place, but I also was like, isn't it just Spago?
Yeah. Well, you were correct.
Yeah. Come on, Ghosty. Like, I guess the internet as we know it wasn't really a thing back then, but somebody would have known. You know enough to know the word Spago. So she checks the answering machine. There's a message from Liz saying that the mission was aborted and she's at Reggie's. Also learned that Ned and Alice are at the piss at the dinner theatre again.
Incredible. They're just absolutely checked out. This is why the twins are able to just drive off in the middle of the night to LA to do a break-in, because Ned and Alice, not around. It's fine.
So Jessica admires herself in the mirror in her outfits for the evening, and thinks how amazing she looks, like a celebrity fashion model. But then she remembers Cameron's cold words.
Oh God, yes, his line about how too bad your insides aren't as attractive as your outside, and she's kind of getting upset now thinking about him. So she tries to push him out of her mind, but realizes it's impossible to try and forget about Cameron. If you would just give her another chance, she'd gladly break up with Quentin, even if it meant giving up her chance to become the next big supermodel of the fashion world. She realizes nothing is worth losing the guy she loves. But of course, she has no way to get in touch with Cameron. She tried to find his number previously, but there was no listing for him in LA or any surrounding towns. So she can't find him. There's no way to get in touch with him, but she's just really full of regret now about the whole thing and just wishes she could take it all back and just run away with Cameron.
So Quentin's car pulls up outside and he just beeps the horn and she's unimpressed, like, charming. He must have driven like 2 hours to collect her and bring her back. This makes no sense.
It's so dumb. And it is also incredibly rude to just beep the horn, like picking up his underage girlfriend. This whole thing is so disgustingly grim.
But she's like, usually like to keep a guy waiting, but he might just drive off. And in the car, he keeps asking about Liz and Todd, because like, how long were your Todd Wilkins and your sister dating before they broke up? And she's all like, cute opening line, Quentin. She's like, oh, well, aren't you going to praise my outfit? It's like, I must have spent the entire afternoon at the mall. I must have tried on at least 100 different outfits. And then Quentin's like, were they pretty serious? And Jessica says, some of them were quite formal.
Yeah, and of course he's like, I mean Todd and Elizabeth, because of course he's real hung up now on what Todd's deal is, because as far as he's concerned, Todd is now with Simone and is clearly driving him crazy.
By the way, Jessica, like, bear in mind, she's still meant to be keeping him sweet for her career, but she's so snappy and rude to him. Like, obviously he deserves it, but at the same time, this is like, what is she thinking? Why is she doing this?
Why is she going on this date at all, really, at this stage, when she's decided now that she actually doesn't care if it means losing Cameron? She's still going through with this date, but like, she knows she's going to have a miserable time is the other thing, because he's no fun to hang out with.
No, he's really annoying. So they arrive at Quentin spends the entire car ride, I guess 2 hours, banging on about Liz and Todd and asking questions about their relationship. And when they arrive at the restaurant, Jessica's spirits rise because there's loads of paparazzi. He's like, oh, this is a major photo op. So, better smile. And Jessica's like, oh, so you remember why we came? I thought we were going to be discussing my sister's love life all night. And Quentin's like, no sarcasm. If Quentin wasn't a pervert, he's actually quite weirdly like him not taking any shit from Jessica is quite refreshing.
I know, it's just the fact that he's literally a grown man. The whole thing is so gross. There's no way to appreciate anything he says ever. No.
And then when they go in, Jessica sees a hot guy in a tux. And of course, it's Cameron, who only ever wears a tuxedo, like Jack Donaghy style.
It's after 3:00. What am I, a farmer?
Seriously, like, he's meant to be 21, and every night out he's just go to a restaurant, he's in a tux. That's
so true. That's so funny. But so she's thrilled to see Cameron. She's like, you disappeared from Flair. I had no idea how to get in touch with you. And he's just like unimpressed. He's just like, well, here I am. And he's just really dry and giving her absolutely nothing. But like, she's just so excited to see him. She has so much she wants to say, but like, he just has this kind of blank look on his face that's kind of intimidating her. But she's like, I'm really glad you found another job. This must be a great place to work. And he kind of narrows his eyes and he's like, what do you mean? And she's like, oh no, don't tell me all these hotshots are lousy tippers. Like, are they afraid that, you waiters will leak stuff to the tabloids? Because she's like, you do work here, don't you? And he's like, yeah, sure, whatever. But she's like insistent about talking to him. She's like, look, I don't think any less of you because you're a waiter. And he's like, yeah, okay, I'm in kind of a hurry. And he just kind of walks off and makes a point about how, her date is glaring at them. But yeah, she's just determined to make him understand. So she tells Cameron that she loves him, whether he believes her or not. It's true.
Yes. And he's like, nice words, Jessica, but hard to believe considering you're out with Quentin. And Jessica's like, I'll forget him. I'll never see him again if that's what you want. And thinks, after the swimsuit layout appears in Blair, my career will probably take off on its own. Okay, well, then why are you here? Why is this going on?
I know. You've done this shoot, haven't you?
Yeah.
Like, has she? Yeah, she has.
Yeah. And it's like, been developed and everything. And he's like, am I supposed to be flattered? She says she doesn't care, but then says, you know as well as I do, Cameron Smith, we belong together. Or are you too scared to admit it? But then Quentin calls her over and he's like, I think your table's ready, Jessica. Cameron says this, not Quentin. As for me, my shift is over. See you around. And then he walks out.
Yeah, and Jessica's really stung by this. Like, she has tears in her eyes as she watches him go, and she's really upset, like, that he doesn't believe her. So she's really, devastated by this whole encounter.
Well, we cut to Reggie's gaff, where the girls are eating a big Chinese takeaway because Reggie has fuck all else to do than other than hang out with a bunch of children.
What is Reggie's deal? Like, what is her life? I'm so interested because how has it come to this, Reggie? What's going on? But yeah, so she's the one that Liz ended up calling because she realised very quickly after leaving Todd that she really was in no condition to drive. So she pulled into a petrol station, called Reggie, who came to get her. And then Maria and Enid arrived on the scene and did all the logistics basically to get Liz and her Jeep back to Sweet Valley. But for the moment, they're all just having a lovely big Chinese takeaway in Reggie's house and just kind of decompressing after a really scary thing happened. Yeah.
True. Well, we learned that Reggie has just been moping around eating takeaway for the past few days, and tomorrow she's got to put out her CV and get on with her life. And a wistful look comes into her eye, and Liz knows she's thinking about Gordon, and who she had one conversation with, and who was the owner of the company where she worked. And Liz apologises for how things have turned out and says it's not her fault. And the others were like, "No, you did what you thought was best." And Reggie's like, "Yes, this is Leona's doing." Basically says, "I always thought there was something a bit off balance about her."
I'll say. So Liz is like, "Oh, you mean because she's such a workaholic?" And Reggie's like, "No, more than that." And then she starts asking Liz questions about where she was supposed to meet her for this like makeup lunch.
Yes.
And she's like, "Oh, some place it's like Le Café de Crêpe." And Reggie's like, "Yeah, I've been there." She's like, "And you were following the directions Leona gave you?" And Liz is like, "Yeah." And the girls are like, "Why? What's going on here? What are you getting at?" And Reggie points out that apparently there's much easier ways to get to Flora Beach from Sweet Valley.
Yes.
So obviously, if she was following Leona's directions, she sent her on some weird convoluted cliff road to get there, which is now looking kind of suspicious. So Enid gasps and she's like, "Oh my God, do you think Leona's behind the stunt on the highway and that she planned to have someone drive Elizabeth off the road?" Liz is like, "No, it's not her style. She's a white collar criminal. I don't think she'd resort to hiring a hitman."
And Liz rightly says, "What kind of a threat could I possibly be to her? She fired me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm history." And, this is a very good point that is never answered.
No, it isn't, because she's right. Like, she's been fired. Her reputation's in tatters. She's not a problem for Flair or Mode anymore. Like, she's done there. But it obviously, the whole thing is just kind of leaves a bad taste in Liz's mouth. So they kind of carry on having their dinner, but Liz is it's obviously just kind of ruminating away as she's kind of working away. But she's like, "You know what? I'm not ready to quit. Like, I'm not done with this." And Enid's like, "There's a little kung pao shrimp left." But Liz is like, no, Leona. So she's like, she's not ready to give up just yet. And if Leona is behind this, then like, what the fuck? What's going on here?
Yeah, and she thinks that if her name is cleared, that Reggie's name will be cleared too, and Gordon will forgive her, which is the most important thing. And Maria is like, "This woman is clearly unhinged. This is dangerous, Liz." And Reggie agrees, and Liz is like, "Oh, maybe she is a psychopath who hired a hitman. Oh well." But luckily the law is on the case because we cut to Todd arriving at the police station. This goes on for ages. The only important thing you need to know is that he remembers the number plate and the driver's face. And the cops are all like, "Are you sure this is accurate?"
Yeah.
And he says, "Yes, I'm 100% sure. Like, I made a real effort to, make sure I remembered it." So Detective Shirley Wester reveals that the car belongs to, quote, "a well-known thug."
Oh no, they've got a file on him thicker than the yellow pages. Apparently he freelances his services at reasonable rates, I hear. Like, what? What's going on here, Shirley? Why are you doing an ad for him? Fucking SponCon for the hitman. So Todd's horrified. He's like, "You think someone hired this guy to hurt Liz?" And the detective is like, "Well, it's just a theory. We'll know more after we've questioned him." But they're like, "If you think you can identify him in a lineup, it'll make everything much easier for us." And Todd is insistent he will recognize this guy again because he's made such an effort to like memorize his face and take note of his appearance. So they're like, "Okay, we're going to bring him in and then we'll give you a call."
Well, we cut to Jessica. She's slumped in Quentin's car on the way home because all the glamour has gone, the glitz, the glitter. And she's like, okay, I'm just going to have to dump him and say, I appreciate everything that you've done for me and you're so talented. I'm sorry it didn't work out. She wonders what his reaction will be to her decision. He seems to be the kind of guy who would cover up his hurt feelings with a show of anger. But artist types are so unpredictable, Jessica thought. I just hope he doesn't break down and cry. Has he showed any signs of, I know you say unpredictable, but Jessica, why would this thought even cross your mind?
I know. It's no good. But they pull up outside the Wakefield Casa and Jess kind of like, she takes a deep breath and braces herself and she's like, I don't want to keep seeing you. And she's really kind of like not sure how he's going to take this, but he kind of just looks at her with a bemused look in his eye.
I did like that.
He doesn't say anything and then he shrugs and goes, okay.
I did love this. This is why I think I was weirdly fond of him in this.
This is the thing, because Jessica is so annoyed, even though she was really worried about how he was going to react. She glares at him and she's like, that's it, just okay. And he's like, what's the problem? She's like, aren't you the least bit upset? Because now he's given her no reaction and she's kind of fuming about it.
So she stops out and he chuckles because they're all chuckling away. Ho, ho, ho. Is there any less sexy concept than chuckling?
God, it really is not attractive. But yeah, so she feels really insulted now. She gets out of the car and Quentin's like, get over it, Jessica. This is one of those things you better get used to if you're serious about making it as a model. In the fashion business, people come and go, professionally and personally. And Jessica's like, thanks for the advice, and then like slams the door shut and stomps away. And she's really like wound herself up over this. She's like, good riddance, and sits down and then kind of realizes, oh yeah, I don't have to be mad. This is fine. I've gotten out of this weird, gross relationship with Quentin, who I don't even like. Her fashion shoot is locked in, like that's all done. So she doesn't have to kiss up to him anymore. So actually everything has worked out quite well and she hasn't had to deal with some screaming crazy artist, you know, yelling at her or being violent or whatever she was worried about was going to happen. So actually everything's fine. And she realizes, oh, this is a good thing. And now she's free to pursue Cameron, her real love.
Another grown man. Well, later, the girls, Enid and Maria, drop Liz home and she says she'll be okay to go to school tomorrow. She wants to go back to normal, but she thinks that normal will now involve no Todd. So the girls group hug and Liz goes inside. Turns out Ned and Alice still out in the Raz.
They just couldn't give a fuck. It's amazing.
And Liz tells Jessica what happened, and Jessica's like, whoa, thank goodness for Mr. Boring as dry toast. And she wonders if Leona was, you know, she actually suggests, like, well, could Leona have been behind this attack? And Liz dismisses it. And then Jessica wonders if Todd set it up, and Liz is like, oh, for fuck's sake. And again, she's like, look, I wish I was a threat to Leona, but I'm not. And, you know, this is all true. And again, we do not get anything that's strong enough to counter this. But Jessica is anyway now optimistic for the future, typical Jessica style. She's just like, oh, now you're single, you'll have so much more fun. And speaking of fun, I can't wait to see my photo shoot. And tomorrow I'm just going to ditch school. Like, even though I've been in school for 2 weeks, I'm just going to ditch it.
It's their first day back and she's like, yeah, I'm not going. So she's heading for the studio first thing in the morning to check out the photos from her swimsuit shoot because she's dying to see them. And yeah, she's just like, guess I'll have to skip school for the day. And Liz is like, why don't you just wait till after school? And Jessica's like, no, can't. I have cheerleading practice after school. So I'll have to be back in time for that. And Liz is just kind of like shaking her head in disbelief, just like marveling at her twins' priorities, but then realizes Jessica never lets anything stop her from chasing her goals. So she starts to wonder if she's giving up too easily. Like, she tried to get back at Leona and failed, but like, what can she do? Can she just draw a line under it and move on now? Or like, is there anything left that she can try to show up Leona for the monster that she is? So she's really kind of like, what could I do? But yeah, she just thinks, you know, she can't let Leona away with her dirty dealings.
She certainly can't. But there is a bit where she thinks, could she forget all that she'd suffered at Flair and just slip back into her normal life at Sweet Valley High? She forgot that she went out with somebody who was a serial killer and dressed up as a werewolf. She is going to be able to forget this in like 24 hours.
They've also forgotten about the actual vampire that almost killed Jessica a matter of weeks ago. But, normal life at Sweet Valley High, sure. Oh my God.
Just amazing. So amazing question we ask ourselves regularly.
Truly.
We cut to Liz shrieking yet again. Like the amount of shrieking she does in this book is insane.
It's crazy.
And I'm someone who shrieks quite a lot. So not as much as this.
No, I don't think anyone does.
No, true. So yeah, she's arriving at she and Jessica arriving at the Mode building. Jessica nearly gets them killed with her terrible driving, which you would think she would be a bit more sensitive about considering what just happened to Liz.
Oh my God, Liz was literally run off the road and off a cliff. But yeah, because she's like, oh, hope you haven't been permanently traumatized by what happened to you yesterday, Liz, as she's like careening wildly through traffic apparently. But yeah, so now they're both skipping school because Liz has come up with a plan apparently that she's going to march into the Mode building and take one last stab at Leona. So yeah, she's made up an excuse about how she needed a day to recuperate from her near fatal brush with the pickup truck. So that's her excuse for not going to school.
Yeah, I guess. Jessica notices that they almost match in outfits and then basically suggests that they go curb crawling afterwards too. So, no wonder I love your outfit, because it's borrowed from Liz or from her. And it says, we should take a drive to Sunset Boulevard later and scope out the guys. Dressed like me, you're sure to find a new boyfriend. What the fuck?
Deranged. But also, I think it's Jessica's favourite thing when Liz is single. Like, she just loves it so much. It doesn't matter who Jessica's with. If she's with anyone, all she ever wants is for Liz to be single.
Yep. Well, we learned that Liz, has her tape recorder because she's going to, of course, plan to get a confession out of Leona, and she hopes that if anybody notices her, they'll think that she's Jessica, hence her Jessica. This is when you discover that's her Jessica-themed outfit.
Yeah.
So we cut to Jessica going into the studio, and Quentin just orders her about, and she's like, I'm not your intern anymore. And my notes do say Jessica is an actual lunatic.
Well, she is, but also, does Quentin not know her internship is over? Like, why isn't he like, what are you doing here? Your internship is over. And instead he's just like, oh, bring these boxes to my car. And she's like, no, fuck off.
But then he says, oh, well, at least deliver these pictures to your swimsuit layout to the mailroom, because the issue is being printed tomorrow and the photographs have to be messengered right away. Now, we are in the era of scanners at this stage. And also these pages would have to be laid out. Like, this just sounds like it's... Oh, no, actually, in fairness, sorry, this is the swimsuit layout. It's not just the photos.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's true.
But even so, I'm pretty sure it was all digital at this stage. But anyway, she grabs the package and says, does a little whisper monologue, my ticket to the top.
She's super excited. So she rushes out of the studio and gets into the lift. But when she takes out the photographs from the envelope, she's stopped in her tracks.
Well, because who should be on every photo? The Wicked Witch of Fashion. It's Simone. So, like, they obviously went back and reset everything and did a whole entire shoot, because the whole thing was that Simone kicked off about the mineral water and Quentin had had enough of it. So she just left in a huff and then Jessica stepped in. So that means they got her back in, I guess, and did the whole thing all over again. I don't know. Anyway, it's not Jessica and she is enraged. She is, she shrieks. That's how enraged she is. He switched them. She shrieks. Indeed. So we cut to Todd again. There's so much filler here. All we need to know is there's a lineup, and he identifies the hitman, and then he looks in the observation window of the interview suite. And as soon as I did not know how this hitman has had this career for so long, because first of all he was very ostentatious, like give us a kiss, sugar, when he was driving around. Trying to kill Liz. But to possible witnesses, you could have just driven along at any second. And no sooner does Shirley, the detective, sorry, just put your naked gun joke in there. Oh. No, don't call me Shirley for her. Shirley. Yeah, that is her name. As soon as she's like, we've got an eyewitness, he's like, you got me.
Yeah, straight away. He's just like, okay, I was there yesterday. I bumped the Jeep, sideswiped it, but I'm not the real criminal. I only did it because I needed the money.
I love that as soon as she's like, we've got a witness, the other officer who's next to Todd mutters under his breath, go Shirley, as if she's pulled off some amazing, like, revelation.
What a maneuver from Shirley. We have an eyewitness. But yeah, so then he's asked more about this. Like, so you were hired to go after that girl. And he's like, yeah, it was supposed to look like a car accident. And Todd realizes if he hadn't followed Liz when he did, this guy would have killed her. What is happening?
Fiona! Oh, sorry. I haven't revealed the proof yet.
Oh, no.
Because the lawyer is like, we need to discuss these charges. But the detective says, look, we don't. I could just lock up your client right now on the basis of his outstanding traffic tickets. What? And then, like, maybe he's lying about the person who hired him. And then the guy goes, I'm telling you the truth. It was a lady named Leona Pearson. Like, he sings like a canary in 5 seconds.
God, with almost no prompting whatsoever. He has just given her up immediately. It's so funny. But of course, Todd is horrified when he hears this. His blood turns to ice when he realizes Leona Pearson wants Elizabeth dead. So the officer beside him is like, oh, these guys will say anything, to save their own skins. But Todd is like, I believe him, and then explains what happened between Leona and Liz to this cop. So the cops are like, yeah, the story checks out. Let's bring this Leona woman in. Like, it's so funny. So they tell Todd to head off, basically, and thanks for your help. And he's like, but what about Liz? She could be in danger. And the officer's like, well, she's in school today, isn't she? And he's like, well, yeah, but like Leona might have hired someone else to go after her in Sweet Valley. But the cops are like, no, school is the safest place for her. As long as she isn't in LA, I'm sure Elizabeth is fine. So Tom's like, okay, cool. But he wants to be absolutely sure that the cops do arrest Leona so he can tell Liz that she's safe again. So he's decided he's going to drive to the Mode building to see this for himself and make sure this comes to a conclusion.
Also, I love that, like, Jesus. And I know things have got so much worse since, but like the idea that like she's in school, she'll be grand. Oh, like we shouldn't send a single cop to even check on her with this woman who is hiring a hitman.
It's probably fine.
For fuck's sake. Even like if you weren't expecting school shootings, like if someone's got like, and there's like literally paying guns for hire to push her off a cliff. Like, anyway, speaking of guns, we cut to Mode where Liz has just basically walked straight into Leona's office, and Leona is startled to see her, but quickly regains her composure and is like, if you're looking for a job, we don't have any openings.
Yeah, but Liz, she's not interested in Leona's jokes. She's like, I'm not here for a job. I want to get one thing straight between us, Leona. I want to hear you admit that it was my idea, because she has slammed the door shut at this point. So it's just the two of them in the office. Leona's all innocent. She's like, what idea is that? And Liz isn't having it. She's like, perfectly well. And Leona is she's so funny. She's like, oh, you poor misguided kid. In spite of what you did to me, I still believe there's hope for you, Elizabeth. Tells her she was one of the brightest interns they ever had at Flair. They had this whole back and forth. Yeah. Where Liz is like, just admit it. And Leona's like, admit what? And then she's like, I'll be happy to discuss whatever it is you want to know as soon as you give back my tape recorder. And Liz's jaw drops. And it's like, Liz, how do you not think Leona knows exactly who took her fucking tape recorder?
Or why you've come into her room going, tell me very loudly and clearly that you, like, I want to hear you say it.
Yeah. Into my pocket, please.
And then Leona literally throws back her head and laughs like, ha 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 ha. In triumph.
It's so funny.
Oh, but it gets funnier.
Oh my God. But Liz is she feels totally defeated. It seems like Leona has won after all. Leona wants the tape recorder back. She's like, consider yourself lucky I haven't had you arrested for trespassing and burglary. So Liz has to like take out the tape recorder, leave it on Leona's desk. And it is quite funny that she was going to use Leona's own tape recorder to catch her out like that. But when she turns to go, Leona goes, not so fast. We still haven't discussed what's on your mind. And Liz turns around and is greeted by quite the sight.
She freezes in terror as she stares at the gun in Leona's hand. What is happening?
Going on the intern who doesn't even work there.
And who has no proof that you have done anything.
It's incredible. I was honking laughing when I read this. I was just like, there's no way I could have predicted Leona pulling a fucking gun on Liz. This is so funny. It's so crazy.
It's amazing because she goes, sit down, Elizabeth. We're going to have a little talk. And what's the talk going to be about?
I don't know.
It says, and when we're finished, you and I will take an early lunch together, someplace nice and secluded. So is she going to like walk her out of the building throughout the offices?
At gunpoint. Like, this whole thing is bananas. Like, Leona, you'd gotten away with it. Why are you doing this? But Liz is obviously in total shock. But there's like a corner of her mind that's still calm and is kind of like trying to think of a way out of the situation. And when Leona tells her to sit down, Liz kind of like stumbles and kind of like sends kind of a few things flying across Leona's desk. But in the span of this little kind of like fumble, she manages to push a button on Leona's office phone that's on her desk and then sits down. So she's managed to do something with the phone.
What could it be? Leona's like, oh, you always this clumsy. Leona chided. Like, chided is a very mild word for somebody who was like, got you a gunpoint. So then she's calm, even friendly, and says that as soon as she heard that, you know, she got back to town on Friday, which I guess was the day of the meeting where Liz got fired, and as soon as she heard she'd left the meeting, she knew exactly what was going on. Then it's like, you were out of your league, Elizabeth. It takes more than ideas to get ahead. You should never have tried to compete with me. So Liz is like, okay, you've gotten away with stealing my idea. Why not let me go now? Why indeed? However, when Leona reveals that there's nothing I'd like better, but unfortunately your little trick with the Gordon Lewis brought the mess to a new level. So apparently Gordon has gone completely mad and is taking the whole thing much too personally, in my opinion, says Leona. He's been running around here like a scorned man, ranting and raving, wants to prosecute Reggie for conspiracy. What? This building is deranged.
This is so insane. So, like, again, Liz is like, that's not fair. And she's like, oh, there you go again, you silly fool. Fair doesn't mean anything. Regina, or Reg, I keep calling her Regina, but she's Reggie, knew that when she plotted against me. As for you, Gordon wants to make an example out of you for future interns. Apparently, Leona's supposed to be building a case against Liz, pressing charges, taking action to seek punitive damages. Like I said, it's a real mess. And like, Gordon is absolutely insane. I think him and Leona actually belong together in a weird way because they're both fucking deranged. Like, I was wondering, is this just Leona making shit up? But then it's like, no, this is her reasoning for, I guess, pulling a gun on Liz. So is this actually what Gordon has been doing in the meantime? Because what the fuck is going on with this office? What is in the water in Mo?
Oh, what is in those water coolers? I swear to God. Because Liz is stunned. She's like, what? Leona stole, lied, plagiarized. Now she's holding me at gunpoint, but Reggie and I are being prosecuted. But then, oh my God. This is the justification for Leona's plan.
Yeah.
It makes no sense. Because apparently 10 minutes ago, by the way, Leona hired a hitman to kill her yesterday, so I don't know what this has to do with anything. Gordon called me 10 minutes ago and ordered me to contact your school and your parents. And then Leona grins and says, you and I know that would be a big mistake. Basically, we learned that Leona realised she could never take down a Wakefield, so the only solution was to murder Liz.
You know, I feel like that is not the first time somebody has reached that conclusion, because she's like, you know, how could I possibly bring down a model student who also happens to be a hotshot lawyer's kid? I mean, debatable.
Yeah, also, very easily. She's like
also,
a 16-year-old. Why do you have to silence her with the eternal silence of death?
It's so funny, but yeah, she hates loose ends. And since the jerk I hired for the job was a miserable failure, and of course, this just confirms that she did, in fact, hire a hitman to try and murder Liz yesterday in a car accident. So Liz is like, it was you. You actually want me dead. And Leona's like, my career is everything to me. With Gordon pushing me against the wall, I don't have any options left.
What are you talking about? Like, there's no proof that Liz... Like, if there was proof that Liz was innocent, Liz would be using it.
Mhm.
There isn't. You've got her.
Yeah,
Like,
I know.
why
Like,
do you have to
it's
murder her?
all
Even
of
if
it
it
is
was prosecute.
so unnecessary. But clearly Gordon is as insane as Leona,
that's
trying
true.
to prosecute a fucking intern, like, and contact her school and her like, Gordon, shut up. What are you talking about? But yeah, so anyway, this is all going on. Liz is just like, what the fuck am I going to do? Leona announces it's time for them to go for a drive. Tells Liz to move it, even though Leona is now like getting herself up on her crutches while still holding the gun. And she's like, let's go, child prodigy. Liz is now in tears, just being like, please, no, I promise I won't cause any more trouble. But Leona's like, it's too late for promises.
She's got the gun against her neck. Like, are they going to go out in the open plan office?
What is the plan here, Leona? I feel insane trying to describe this to you guys, but this is just what's happening.
So we keep being reminded that Leona's on crutches while holding a gun to Liz's neck.
Push her over, Liz.
And once she hits Liz with the crutch.
Oh my God.
But Liz is just saying, look, I'll say it was all me. I'm not going to get you in trouble. But then some cops just burst in. And Leona pretends she was a victim. She's like, thank goodness you're here. You literally have a gun to a child's neck.
No, she, at the instant that the cops burst in, apparently Leona presses the gun into Liz's hands. And then she's like, oh no, thank goodness you're here. I was being held at gunpoint.
Oh, do you know what? I'm sorry, Leona, you weren't quite as insane. However, I was laughing too much when I first read this to notice that you had passed the gun over.
Very fair. There's a lot going on. Liz can't believe that Leona even now is trying to pull off this victim act. She has tears in her eyes and everything, but the police aren't fooled. And one of them approaches her with a pair of handcuffs and she's like, what are you doing? I'm on crutches. And they read her rights because she's under arrest for conspiracy to commit murder. So she's like, you're making a big mistake. You have no evidence against me. And the cops reveal that her scummy friend sang like a canary this morning. She's like, no, he's lying.
But then Gordon turns up and Leona's like, tell them that they're wrong. They're accusing me of doing this without any proof. But he says, they're not. We have all the proof we need. Thanks to your conversation with Miss Wakefield. Because it turns out that, of course, she pressed the intercom button and everybody heard the whole exchange, including Gordon. And then they wheel Leona off in a wheelie chair. Like she's sitting in an office chair and they handcuff her.
Incredible.
And Leona cursed everybody, especially Elizabeth, as the police took her away, chair and all.
Oh my God. And like, yeah, after she's gone, Gordon turns to Liz and he's like, I owe you an apology. It's like, yeah, you're trying to press charges against a child. What's wrong with you? And he's like, I'm so sorry for everything you've been put through because of your internship with us. I'd like to make it up to you. He says that she's the best intern they ever had. Leona was right about one thing. And it's like, Jesus Christ, dude. Like, but he says, anytime Liz wants a job with them, she's got one, basically. And Liz is like, I hope the same goes for Reggie Andrews. And he says it does. He's going to call her right now and beg her to come back. And then Todd pops up because, of course, he's been knocking around as well.
Oh, yeah, he's just there the whole time.
Because she's like, what the fuck? Why is Todd here? And Gordon's like, oh, you mean Todd Wilkins? He's the one who led the police to Leona. So then Liz is really delighted by this. And she's like, oh, maybe Todd really does care about me after all. And it's like, well, yeah, he didn't want to see you murdered. So there's that.
I mean, bare minimum, one would hope. But then we cut to Jessica, who's, I guess, doesn't know all this is going on upstairs and is shrieking and stomping around. And she waves the photos at Quentin and he's like, haven't you got those out yet? I told you to hurry. And she says, I thought this was supposed to be my layout. And she's I thought this was settled. She's like, I changed my mind. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have work to do. And of course, she's ranting and raving and says, look, we're, nice to see you, but we're running on an extra tight schedule. So if you don't mind. And she's says, "You're the biggest jerk I've ever met," and he's like, "I've heard that line before," which I also liked.
I know. It's like, oh, it's just a pity we hate him.
Yeah. And then Simone appears and pouts and is like, "Oh my God, you didn't think that, like, you were really going to be in Flair," and says that Quentin was just using her. And he's like, "It was no big deal. He tried to make me jealous by fooling around with Todd, so I gave her a taste of her own medicine." And Jessica is speechless that she has had a taste of hers.
Yeah, she's like, and I thought I was the one doing the using. So that's like really upset her more than anything else. So she's just disgusted by the pair of them because they're just like, "Oh, he's such a beast." And he like tweaks Simone's nose. But Jessica is just like, "Oh my God, I hate the pair of them." She's like, "If I don't get away from them immediately, I'm going to puke."
Which I did kind of like. So we cut to Todd. This goes on for way too long. Todd is just looking for ads for like a minimum wage, swimming pool attendant, like gardening ads, and he just thinks how much he misses Elizabeth and how he doesn't have any money. And we rang the photography studio at Mode to get his modelling schedule for the week. He was told there were no sessions planned for him, and Quentin isn't answering his calls, that he's tried to get, make appointments with every modelling agency in the phone book, but no one's interested. And he realises that Simone has actually blacklisted him. Yeah. So he has no money or food. We learned that he had planned to educate himself in his model life by hiring a private tutor. This is all based, as we have said, on like one modelling gig.
One shoot.
Maybe two, because he had his Austin Powers outfit.
That's true, actually. Yeah. So he's kind of going through like what his options are right at the minute. And he's like, well, obviously he can't hire a tutor. So his choices are to transfer to an LA public high school where he won't know anyone, or to drop out of school altogether. And he's not really happy about either of these. So he's kind of like still just looking through these ads in the paper. Like he's just miserable because the apartment is so gross. His neighbors are a disaster. And he's like, "No, I didn't move to LA to live in a dump like this. Like even 2 low-paying jobs aren't going to be enough to afford a nicer apartment." So he's still determined to show his parents he can take care of himself. But then like it's really getting on top of him, especially when he can hear a crunching noise next to him because he's eating cereal as he's doing all this. And he looks up and sees a fat grey mouse perched on the rim of his cereal bowl, eating his cereal.
There are pages and pages of him having a battle with this mouse.
It's full on Tom and Jerry, but with Todd and this grey mouse, basically. Like, it's cartoonishly silly.
At one stage, he says, "This is war, man against beast," and finally captures the mouse with his bare hands and says, "You're out of here." And when he goes downstairs to put the mouse outside, who should he see but his dad walking towards him? And he's like, "Oh my God," and like, "I'm covered in cereal from my battle with this mouse," and replaces a kip. But then he realizes that Bert Wilkins is literally waving a white flag and has brought a moving van. And Todd's like, "Yeah, sure, I'm going home."
Oh, I kind of love this from Bert, I have to say.
Yeah, it was very cute.
There's no big "I told you so." Yeah. There's no like talking down to him or being condescending. He just shows up, waves a white flag, and literally has a moving van there. It's just like, come home. Like, it's fine. Yeah. It's really nice.
It genuinely is.
Yeah, it's very sweet.
So we cut to Jessica. She's miserably eating tortilla chips, and apparently it's like the end of the week. They're all back at school. There's no indication of like Liz and Todd have even like talked or crossed paths at the same school. I mean, time is no meaning, we know this. So Jessica thinks that she should have just followed Cameron and left Quentin in the restaurant. And Liz comes in and literally scowls and gives out to her and was like, "It's 2:00 in the afternoon, shouldn't get dressed." Liz, you watched 8 hours of consecutive telly in a pre-streaming or DVD box set age. Like, you are not one to talk about somebody in their pajamas at 2 in the afternoon watching telly and eating crisps.
Very, very true. Less of that judgment from you, Liz.
Yeah. So Liz invites Jessica to the cinema to see a Betty Davis double bill, which I would love, but Jessica doesn't, turns her down. And we learn when Liz leaves that Jessica did try to find Cameron.
She did. She phoned the restaurant, Spagos or Spagos, but they didn't have anyone called Cameron Smith on staff. But she's convinced that that was a lie because she literally saw him there. But she realizes maybe he told them to say that, that he didn't, or that he doesn't work there because he doesn't want to talk to her. So she's just really sad about the whole thing. And apparently being back at school has been terrible. It emphasized the fact that her internship was completely over and her experience at Flair had ended, but she's just not ready to put it all behind her yet. So she's really feeling like really sad about it. She's like, it's all my fault. She's cursing herself for going out with stupid Quentin when Cameron was the guy she loved. And just, yeah, she's just full of regret about the whole thing. And then the doorbell rings and she's just like, go away.
Yeah.
doesn't want to deal with anybody. But when she answers, it's a courier who has a delivery for her. So she kind of picks up this package and she's like, oh, okay, well, this could be fun. It is that thing of like, oh, a package. What did I order? I can't remember.
Understandable.
But when she opens it up, she her heart sinks because apparently it's the blue pages for the next issue of Flair, the one that she thought she'd be in. And she's like, oh, this is just Simone, playing a sick joke on me because she never wants to see a copy of Flair again as long as she lives. So she decides she's going to take it out back and burn it.
Yes, understandable.
Yeah.
But then she notices that the shoot is not the one with Simone, it's the one with her. And there is an envelope with an invitation inviting her to dinner at the home of Edward McGee, the owner of Mode Publications, that very evening. So she only has 5 hours to get ready.
Oh my God. It's quite the turn of events. Because I guess our blue page is like a proof copy
I'm guessing it's like the dummy. We would have called it the dummy.
It must
like
be.
It's the actual sort of mock-up of the actual...
Yeah, because blue pages didn't really mean anything to me as a term. So I guess it's some kind of like, proof for a...
You'd usually call it the dummy of the magazine, where it's like you bind you'd have all the pages in order, like of the whole magazine. So as they would be when they were actually bounded from the printer.
Okay, cool.
Anyone else who worked in journalism at this era, let us know. Did you call them blue pages? But we cut to Jessica in a limo. She's being taken to this mansion in Bel Air, and she's sure something wonderful will happen when she's there. She's let in by an English butler.
My goodness, so fancy. Also, like, Ned and Alice, who? They have no idea where this girl is. She's just been taken away in a limo. Who knows where she's going?
Oh, gosh,
Who is this man?
And they should be worried, because when she's let in by the butler in a stiff and formal English accent, follow me, miss. She's led in to Edward McGee, and he welcomes her and says that the other guests aren't arriving for half an hour, and he wanted to meet with her privately. Oh, alarm bells would be ringing for me.
Fucking hell, like, Jessica, run. Like, this is so creepy. But he says, I trust you've received the new issue of Flair because it was sent to you. And she's like, oh, yeah. And he congratulates her on the excellent job she did modeling and how, delighted they are to develop new talent. It's a goal for all his companies. And Jessica's kind of like, she's still a bit confused because she obviously doesn't mention that she wasn't exactly the first choice model, or that she hadn't exactly been discovered and developed so much as she kind of connived her way into this whole thing. But apparently this Edward McGee is like, you're a very talented young woman. And she's like, okay, so is that why you invited me here tonight? And he's like, oh, partly, but the main reason is I wanted to introduce you to my son. And Jessica's kind of like, oh God, a blind date. Am I just here to be fixed up with some weird rich kid? Like, what's going on here?
Well, you might be. And especially when it's like, I said it's a fan. It's like, oh my God. He's like, she doesn't quite say it, but like, this is some like weird little creep who's seen her swimsuit photos. And
it seems so creepy, this whole thing. Like, and it is so creepy.
Yeah. So she's not looking forward to it. And we were told there was a time when she might have been impressed by a guy's wealth last week, but she learned from recent experience that no amount of money or power could make up for no spark romance. So she doesn't want to offend Mr. McGee, but she realizes she's out of fairness, she is going to say no.
Yeah.
And he's just like, I'll be right back. So she says out loud, I'm stuck, which is not as good as rats.
Yeah, you can't beat rats. But she's just kind of pacing the room because she's like, look, as soon as this man comes back, I'm just going to tell him I'm not interested in meeting his son. She's decided now that like wealth no longer impresses her. And I'm sure this is a lesson she'll definitely remember and take forward into the series. So she's kind of preparing herself to like deliver this speech as soon as he comes back. So she whirls around when she hears the door open. But to her amazement, who walks into the room?
Who could have foreseen this apart from everybody from his very first appearance? It's Cameron.
Oh God. Yeah. So she sees him and like incredibly she's like, what are you doing here? You better leave. And he's like, aren't you happy to see me, Jessica? Because she hasn't put anything together yet.
Yeah.
She's like, you're going to be in big trouble if you don't get out of here. Mr. McGee will be right back. And if he finds out some mailroom clerk has crashed his dinner party, he'll throw you out and maybe have you arrested.
And he is like, again, if he wasn't a grown man, this would actually be quite sweet, because he's like, oh, and you come with me rather than stay at this fancy party. And she's like, yeah, of course. Look, do you want to get into trouble? We better go.
Yeah.
Are you intentionally trying to get yourself into trouble with Mr. McGee? And he says, Riley, it wouldn't be the first time. Again, I kind of like him if he wasn't a pervert.
I know, this is the thing. It's they've done this with Cameron a lot over this series, I feel, where it's like he was disgusting from the get-go, and the fact that he's older, but like there's all these moments with him and Jessica where it's like, if only they were the same age, we could actually root for this relationship, because as it is, he should be in jail.
Oh, and it's going to get worse. Anyway, he reveals that, lo and behold, he is Cameron McGee.
Oh God.
Well,
I just hate it.
Well, we cut to Liz. She's trying to write her personal profile, it's called, about Aaron's experience at the LA Lakers. I'm sorry it wasn't Winston's. I'm so desperate for details of Winston's like little chef experience, his little Michelin star adventure. I need to know what happened. We don't get anything.
Nothing. And we still don't know what Ken was doing for that whole week or 2 weeks.
Not a word. We've got a cameo from him, but no information. So of course, Liz can only think about her just Todd, basically, and the Todd situation and how he saved her life, but he loves Simone, and then she thinks of all the times that they've spent together, and then she literally shrieks, "Not again!" as she realised she'd slipped back into her daydreams. What a very normal, healthy response.
Oh my God.
She does seem unhinged. She's out of control.
Something's not right with Liz in these books. Like this particular trilogy, like Liz isn't well.
Shrieking, spending all their money on haircuts, and absolutely mad. We do learn, by the way, that she's been back in her old routine. Has she not seen Todd at school?
So I suppose he did spend that week still, I think.
Oh,
in
that
his
was still at the end of that week, I would guess. Yeah.
Fighting with the mouse, so he hasn't actually come back.
Oh, that's true.
And I think she's heard that Simone is back with Quentin, but she doesn't know if Todd is like, all cut up about it, or like what his feelings are. So I guess she actually hasn't seen him, in fairness.
Yeah, that's true. We learned that, there's because of Todd being AWOL and not in her life, there's a big hole there, even though everything's worked out well. Leona's in jail, Reggie and Gordon are dating, and Liz has received the credit she deserved for freestyle, and she's going to get a summer job in the editorial department. I do not think that Leona being in jail is going to be very good publicity for Flair.
I mean, it does seem like that would be a pretty big scandal, that like one of your editors tried to murder an intern over absolutely nothing. And also that the publisher, that Gordon was going to sue Liz or something. Like, he's insane. Like, Reggie needs to run away from that man.
Oh, Liz, do not go for that summer internship. I mean, we know you won't, but
Yeah, true, actually. You should be back in Sweet Valley News.
Oh, well, based on the little, teaser for the next one, she's not even going to be in America. But
oh, that's true. Oh my God, yes.
So then she hears the Jamie Peters continuity ballad that she and Todd allegedly danced to on the night they pledged their love for each other. Basically, Todd is doing a whole say anything thing outside the window.
Oh my God. Yeah, it's
holding up a stereo.
I was quite surprised that they so directly ripped this off, like after doing Working Girl and now this. Yeah. Because she can hear music like drifting in through her window. She's like, oh, it could only be Todd. And he's sure enough standing out under her window holding a portable CD player.
Yes.
So she's delighted to see him, and they do this little like, oh, excuse me, mister. I don't have any loose change, but can I tip you in paper clips? But he's just like, Liz, will you take me back? So she is delighted.
She laughs heartily, we're told.
Well, it's a change from chuckling, at least, isn't it?
Yes, slightly less unsexually appealing. Is there anything less attractive than chuckling? Like, it's the least sexy form of laughter. Just like, yeah. Or like a baby going, ho, ho, ho.
Yeah,
it's very cute, but it's not.
Yeah.
Like chortle. Chortle's worse.
Actually, chortle is worse.
Yeah. But chuckle isn't much better.
True.
So basically, they kiss.
Yeah.
And Liz cries. And that's it for them.
Yeah, they're back together. It's all fine.
Well, we cut to Jessica. She's in Mr. McGee's study, snuggling away with Cameron. I guess his dad just left them to it.
I suppose, yeah. It was like, oh, it pretends of a dinner party, but really it's just to make out with my son. Just this whole thing is gross. I hate it.
Yeah, everybody's having dinner. And Cameron says, well, if you're hungry, I can get something in the kitchen. And she's like, no way, I'm not letting you. She gives him a saucy grin and says, I'm not letting you out of my sight. And he apologizes for taking not for kissing her when she was unconscious or for trying to date a child, but says that he almost rang her 100 times, but he was afraid that she'd hang up on him, and that he was always an arrogant jerk when he was around her, when he thinks of the nasty things he said, like, too bad your insides aren't as lovely as your outside. I'm glad he apologizes for this, because it was shitty, but and creepy, and kind of misogynistic, but he did other bad things. The worst thing you did was kiss a sleeping teenager.
She was asleep and he kissed her that whole, from the absolute get-go. This whole thing was fucked, because that was so gross. But again, yeah, that just not an issue whatsoever. So they're kissing. Jessica's having an amazing time. And then she says it's time for her to apologize. And she's sorry she didn't stop seeing Quentin after she fell in love with him. But she never cared about Quentin. And that's the truth. And he's like, oh, I know. I was in the studio on Monday morning. And she's like, oh, so you heard it? And apparently he heard the whole thing with Quentin and Simone and how they were all just using each other or whatever. And it's like, okay, fine. And then he's talking about Leona and the trouble that broke out with your sister, Leona Pearson. Whatever the fuck was going on there. But he just says that he caught the whole exchange between her and Quentin and Simone. And he's like, oh, what a pair. I wonder what they're seeing now that they've seen, or what they're saying now they've seen the blue pages. So of course, they were able to go over Quentin's head, because he's not actually in the position of making all these calls that he thinks he is, about who gets to be in what and how much people are paid and all this stuff. So Cameron reveals that the final decisions are made by the executive board. And as a vice president of the company, I chose your photos for the layout. So not only is he older than her, there's also an absolutely gross power imbalance, because he's the fucking vice president of this company dating a 16-year-old.
That is literally my notes say. He is the VP and she is dating a child. This makes him even worse. Yep. When he got the job, by the way, it's absolute bullshit that the vice president of a company would be approving every single fashion shoot.
Totally, and overriding
the managers,
overriding the non-existent art director.
Oh yeah, well,
what shoots they're going to use.
Maybe that's because all their shoots are styled by random interns who happen to be there.
God.
But that's why the reason he was down the mailroom was because he wanted to get a feel for the company. I wanted to work for the way out of the ground up. And he wanted to tell her the truth, but he needed to know she just wasn't after his money. And she thinks that she's looked out because she's not only got the guy of her dreams, but also someone who could help her with her career.
Oh, God. Just awful.
Yeah. And she thinks, what a great internship. She silently cheered. Wouldn't have been surprised if she'd said it out loud. And then she was lost in the warmth of Cameron's passionate kiss. Where are those cops when you need them?
Seriously, can they please burst in the door right now? But also hilarious that she's like, what a great internship, when her sister was almost killed twice.
By her boss.
Insane.
But that was the end of Fashion Victim Part 2. And I am very sad to say, of this trilogy.
Oh my God. Honestly, I mean, we do always worry when we come off the back of a particularly insane trilogy that coming out of the vampires, it was how do we top it? Turns out Leona pulling a gun on an intern is going to do it. Trying to get Liz run off the road with a mustachioed hitman.
Blonde mustachioed hitman.
What the fuck was that?
I enjoyed this trilogy so much. I know it enraged me, but I genuinely found it very entertaining.
It was so funny. It was so stupid. That whole office was just absolutely insane. What a workplace.
So many lawsuits waiting to happen. But I think, well, now, I don't want to get my hopes up in case I'm disappointed, but I do have high hopes for what's coming next, because I have never read, or I have to say, even heard of what we've got in store. Do you have the teaser?
I do, yes. Yeah, we're teeing up our next trilogy here. So next, travel with Jessica and Elizabeth to Chateau d'Amour Inconnu, a French castle by the sea for a summer of royalty and romance. Don't miss Once Upon a Time, the first book in an enchanting 3-part miniseries coming soon. It's a fairy tale come true.
Also, just got to break it to you. Like, royalty in France.
Oh, yeah. That was a whole
Quite
thing,
a
you guys.
history. Quite a complicated history. This is going to be some sort of like Bourbon pretender to the throne. That Liz is going to like be part of a royalist coup.
Oh my God.
Or is somebody going to get guillotined? I mean,
seriously, who knows? Like, Leona pulled a gun.
do
Anything
you know
could
what?
happen.
Fucking hell. We had the Fowler ancestors, like, didn't the locals just like wheel out a guillotine like
that's
in the
right.
middle of the countryside, just like up to the castle?
Yes, it was so good.
All bets are off. Also,
Honestly.
it's summer already. They're literally like, this book, in the summer you could have a summer job. Oh wait, it's summer now.
It's summer now.
Vive
Go
la
to
France.
Bye. What is happening? Oh my God.
Oh.
I just...
Whereabouts in France were they the last time? Was it Cannes? Was it somewhere in the Mediterranean?
That... When... Is this the...
The one with Renee
okay.
and the map. They were in the seaside.
They were
weren't
by the sea for sure, because there was...
Oh, because there was the swimming
there was
stuff.
the swimming and the storm. Or am I conflating that in Malibu summer?
Oh my God. Well, you know what? If you're expecting any...
I do feel like there was a speedboat, so they were by the sea.
There
I think,
was.
yeah,
And there was
for that one.
fear of swimming or somebody saving somebody from drowning or something stupid.
I feel like someone nearly always drowns on those summer, spring
that's
kind
true.
of break ones. Yeah. That was the one where they're screaming at the sky with their maps. Isn't
Yes,
it?
and it was during lockdown and we found it very relatable.
We really did.
Oh, and I've been to France since then, so have you, haven't you?
Oh yeah, I have.
You both have, yeah.
Hooray.
Well, we won't be as wistful this time. I was in France like 6 months ago, so it's fine.
There you go. Yeah.
So yeah, that's what we'll have for you in February. But in the meantime, do we have stats and outfits? Oh, I know we do.
We sure do. Okay, let's see. So the stats. The blondness was only 2 mentions, which is
What? In the whole
very
book?
low. I know. I was reading it going, that can't be right. But I do keep track.
I know. Why trust you?
The blue green eyes got 4 mentions.
Ooh, okay.
It's not bad. Cameron's brown eyes got 5 mentions.
Wow, and he's barely in it.
I know, yeah. It's mostly just, I think, just thinking about him. People roll their eyes 9 times.
I mean, who can blame them?
We're doing a lot of eye rolling in this
So
one.
am I.
It's very understandable. We have a bit more like sparks and eyes doing things. So we had eyes shooting sparks. We had eyes flashing with rage. And then we had eyes flashing with electricity.
Oh, wasn't that Gordon?
Oh, it might have been actually, yeah.
Remember the
blue electricity or
Yeah.
something. Yeah, so the eyes, we couldn't settle on an eye action. It seems we were jumping around between them a good bit, but there's been a lot of short-circuiting eyeballs, I feel, in this trilogy as a whole.
Jesus, the robots are malfunctioning.
Honestly, yeah, the simulation is breaking down. But then in terms of outfits, there were still a few. Like we were absolutely tripping over outfits in the first half of this book.
Yes.
There are still a handful at least.
Jessica had quite a few, I noticed.
She did, yeah. So the first one I have here is Simone when she's like lounging around her apartment when Todd comes to break up with her.
Yeah.
She's wearing bright pink boxer shorts that show off her long, shapely legs and a white cropped t-shirt that shows off quite a bit too, apparently.
I feel that's very mid-90s.
Isn't it?
Off-duty model lounging around. That feels very accurate.
Yeah, I liked that. Then we have Liz when she is driving on the coast road, about to be almost driven off it. She is wearing an ivory linen blazer where she has her little tape recorder stashed in a pocket to try and frame Leona.
What 16-year-old does not have an ivory linen blazer?
I mean, she just picked it up fresh from the dry cleaners, you know?
Of course.
Jessica she's shopping for her fancy date in LA with Quentin. So she found 2 spectacular outfits. One is a long pale yellow silk sheath. And the other is a short, deep green brocade dress with cutaway shoulders and a stand-up collar.
For fuck's sake. I can't picture it, actually.
No, it feels a bit Star Trek or something. The kind of the stand-up collar and weird cutaway bits. Or
maybe it's one of those sort of pseudo-Chinese dresses.
The brocade, though. What
Yeah.
would-
But they
would that
sometimes
work
can
with
be
that?
sort of embroidered.
I guess, yeah.
But
Maybe. That would be quite 90s, actually.
yeah, so with sort of weird Orientalist
True, yeah.
style. But yeah, anything else? I can
And-
picture TV Jessica in such ensembles.
That's true, actually. I feel like with some of the outfits lately, they do feel like things that they wear on the TV show. It does feel like a definite shift from their like really ridiculous golf retiree clothes that they have been wearing up to now. It's like, actually, these could be things a teen would wear. So the last one then is when Liz comes to Maud to confront Leona, and she's dressed like a bit like Jessica to be her cover, kind of, if she's found out. So she's wearing a short black skirt and a purple tank top, but she fears they're lacking in style because all the Maud women in the elevator are staring at her as usual because they're just really weird and cold bitches that work in that office.
They're all absolute freaks. That's all I can say.
Insane. But yeah, so it's not that exciting an outfit. It's just short black skirt, purple tank top, but very Jessica. So, you know.
Yes, very true.
Yeah, but that
is that it for outfits?
That was it for outfits. And like, and any other half a book would be delighted with that. But I think we just had so many in the first half. It was like, whoa, you couldn't possibly keep that momentum going.
Well, listeners, what did you think of Fashion Victim? Were you as stunned by the dramatic, violent turn that it took as we were?
Well, I know Maria Teresa Biblioteca was, because she actually sent me a message when she finished. She in absolute disbelief, which I really enjoyed, because she was just like, Karen, I just finished reading the last half of Fashion Victim. And damn, you were not kidding around when you said it really goes off the rails. What the fuck did I just read? Frank Cobra, realness. Because I was slightly worried I'd oversold it previously, but like, no, man, it really is that crazy.
It really is.
Like, honestly, when Liz was being driven off the road, I was like, wow, this is really mad shit. And then Leona pulled a gun and it was just like, I truly cannot believe this is happening.
Oh my God. Well, let us know what you thought, everybody else. And you know where to find us. We are on social media pretty much everywhere at SVH Podcast.
Yes, you can send us an email at svhpodcast@gmail.com.
And as usual, we're most active on Instagram, where there was a lot of tagging yourself. There was also a lot of remarks on the fact that I completely had some sort of perimenopausal brain freeze and called Fred from Scooby-Doo, a show that I have been familiar with literally my entire life.
Yeah.
Bear in mind, I would have watched it as much of any of you Americans as a child. It was on here all the fucking time. My brain went, Larry. Why was I thinking Larry? Where's Larry come from?
And I have to admit, like, I did notice that, but I also have to admit that I was struggling to get through last week's episode because I had such a terrible cough, and I was like, we're so near the end. I have to just let this go and keep it moving. I will devolve into a coughing fit. So, yeah, Larry, what the fuck was that, Anna?
I think it could be because I went to see my brother-in-law's new film, Eternity, starring Elizabeth Olsen, Miles Teller, and Callum Turner. I know, I'm always hustling, I tell you. And one of the main characters is called Larry, and his name is said a lot. So maybe that's why Larry was on my brain.
It was wedged in there. That's so funny.
I know it's Fred.
Do you though?
Well, I mean, apparently not well enough. But
I absolutely love that we are not getting led away with anything on this podcast.
I appreciate it.
Everyone in the comments is like, Larry.
I know. But you know what? I'm doing like I'm on the line edit stage of my next book now, which is when literally they're just like, you know, like putting up, highlighting just small mistakes or things like, oh, you called like this was slightly different in the last chapter, or you know, you've used this word too often. Have I? And I'll tell you, I use some words ridiculously, embarrassingly many times. But part of it is you realize sometimes you call people by the wrong names. Call somebody whose name is Des Tony. No, 4 times. It's a very minor character, I can tell you, but. You know, I'm really reaching this stage of writing a book and editing a book where, like, my brain just does not take in any information. So it's a miracle I could even picture Fred from Scooby-Doo, let alone.
You got as far as picturing him. We have to be happy with that.
Yeah, a very strong mental image. Anyway, so I apologise to all the Fred fans for...
Of which there are many.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's very dapper.
True.
Hello, Panda57 got the tag yourself going. She said, I'm the Play School's turtle sandbox Jessica is using for her unpaid intern set design. I'm confused because these children seem taller than most, but they're still throwing tantrums.
Oh, God, so true. Plucky Insolence said, I'm the bingo card of odd locations for romantic encounters that Jessica seems determined to complete. The school rubbish bins, a cabin in the woods, a deserted beach, the back of a van on an air mattress, a vampire's dingy house on a bear mattress, both the back seat and the fully reclined front seat of various cars, even the bathroom at a work party. At this point, I'm starting to wonder if I'm less a bingo card and more her personal bucket list of questionable choices.
I mean, I think it's the latter. Piffy Ann Shirley said, I'm Velma, wondering who the hell is this guy Larry who showed up. He's even trying to badly drive the mystery machine. I've deduced that this is Scrappy with another one of his pathetic attempts to reinsert himself in the gang after his ignoble dismissal. Just gotta sneak up and tear off that mask. But Miss Pesty then added to Jessica's bucket list.
Oh, yes, and said, don't forget the desert, a canoe in the middle of a lake. And although it was never explicitly mentioned, you know she's put in some time in the Patman sex alcove. And 100% yes, agree.
No one had better get one of those, like, ultraviolet lights into that alcove, because, you know, the ones
no.
You wouldn't want to see what's splattered around there.
Oh,
anyway.
That's definitely information nobody needs.
Yep. Marty Knox said, I'm the poor abandoned cats from the last photo shoot. I can't wait to find all that sand so I can let these stupid humans know exactly what I think of them.
Oh, fantastic. Sister Betty Confetti said, I'm the Irish cast of Scooby-Doo. Paul, Larry, Siobhan, Sinead, and of course the dog. She know yourself. The original series ran on TV all through the 80s and 90s. And mysteries were criticised by some for being too political, as the villain unmasked at the end of most episodes was a poorly drawn cartoon, Margaret Thatcher.
Well, when I was in primary school, there was a playground rhyme where you would put a stick figure in a skirt on one hand and some red pen on your other palm of your hand, and then go, here's Maggie Thatcher, throw her up and catch her. Squish, squash, hold out the red pad. Here's Maggie Thatcher. So that,
oh my God, I've never heard.
This was in the early 80s. She was not popular.
Oh my God. Wow.
Yeah. I mean, they might have been saying the same rhyme in certain parts of England as well.
I'm sure they were.
Wales and Scotland.
For sure. Wales and Scotland. Oh my God, that's hilarious.
So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that alternate version had been filmed, if there'd been enough budget in Ireland at the time, which there wasn't. Last night, a little dancer said, I'm Pierre Gervais, and I'm no longer a one-book wonder. You are not.
Oh, good for you, Pierre. Sweet Valley High Fan Club said, I'm myself as a high schooler thinking that there will be a lot more raves in my future because of these books.
Rainbow Dash said, I'm an SPH ghostwriter. Everyone thinks I'm a broke college student. Wrong. I'm a 35-year-old stay-at-home mum. Disco and silk shirts are still cool with the kids, all case, right?
Oh, I did love this from Purely Girl 10 said, I'm Walter Thomas, whose cross-country move and wedding keeps getting interrupted for highly important shoots. I don't know where Quentin gets all this free time. Gotta go. Rhomboid's calling again. Because, of course, Walter Thomas is Cheryl's dad. And where is Cheryl, by the way? Because now that the Beckwiths seem to have just moved back into their house, it's like the whole her and Annie thing is just gone forever.
I hope that she's escaped. And we know Annie's still around because she was a goth.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, Cheryl just must have made good and escaped back to New York or something.
Even as I say those words, I'm just going to say, I've got a book coming out next year where the heroine is a girl called Annie who was, well, in her teens, accused of being a goth, but not actually a goth. Love scene, pre-order now. Anyway. I do wonder where Annie of Sweet Valley Cheerleading Squad fame is, but I guess we're not going to find out anytime soon if we're going to France in the next book.
There you go.
KW Thomas Book said, I'm the doorstaff of every club in the northeast of England in the 90s and also apparently The Edge. Valid forms of ID include a driving licence, passport and tits and a smile.
Oh,
I mean,
boy.
there were some dodgy nightclubs that, I mean, we all tried to get in and sometimes did get in, but
Sure.
I can tell you that the sort of indie clubs that I was trying to get into in Dublin, everybody was just wearing like enormous band t-shirts and jumpers. So there was no, even if I had been able to impress anybody with my physique, which I definitely could not have, I was very skinny and flat-chested at that stage of my life.
But it also was not that vibe, which is good too.
Definitely not. So, okay. Well, one more. Lyra Gallia said, "I'm the new Sweet Valley boutique, the waistcoat shop." Seemingly owned by an effusive English woman who cajoles every citizen of Sweet Valley into trying this fashion accessory from across the pond. It turns out my owner is actually from Ohio and pulling a Madonna and trying to wage a one-woman war on sleeves.
Oh my goodness.
Kated made a very good point.
Oh, yes. She says, I think my attention must have wandered, Fair.
It didn't, though. It didn't. This just wasn't
at some
explained.
point. Yeah, so she said, hadn't Leona already presented Liz's idea as her own and gotten it accepted? How was the plan to just present the idea anew? But I think Leona had told Liz that she presented the idea and it was shot down, but she just hadn't actually done that at that point.
Yeah.
That
Oh, yeah. That's true. But then why didn't Liz go, I thought that had already been rejected. Oh, God, why are we trying to find logic? Why are we trying to find logic?
Well, look, I mean, more fool us, honestly.
You've heard how this book ends. Come on.
We were really just biding our time until we got to the Liz being run off the side of a cliff and then Leona pulling a gun, which I'm still not over.
Never over.
I actually blacked out while we were talking about it. It's so crazy.
I think I did a double take when I read it. I was like, hang on, did that take gun? Yeah.
Yeah.
Maria Teresa Biblioteca said, I just now looked it up. This book came out in April 1997. The first Austin Powers movie came out in May 1997. Who influenced whom?
Oh my God. Wow. Because that was such an Austin Powers outfit, like.
It really was, like down to the neckerchief.
Yeah.
Cravat thing going on. Sister Betty Confetti made a very good point about, because we were talking about, sometimes the Sweet Valley books being presented in popular culture as like sweet and sugary, and they are not.
Oh, very true. Yes. So as Sister Betty Confetti said, they are A, deeply cooked soap opera trash.
Hell yes.
And B, overt propaganda for conservative neoliberalism.
Boo.
No matter how outlandish the plot contrivances, the moral of the story is always one in which traditional gender roles are affirmed. Salvation comes from independent action, teenagers, rather than any social welfare system. And virtue is strongly tied to success in the middle class.
Oh, true.
Think Ned and Alice and their split level home, which makes it all the wilder that this podcast and its fervent admirers skew, in my experience, gay, left-wing and politically active. Yeah, also true.
Yeah.
Maybe we're all Manchurian candidates that will be triggered when we've worn the correct number of silk blouses. Oh no!
Oh God. What will the key be? Maybe it'll be in the last book.
Oh God. It'll be one jumpsuit too many and that'll be it. That is such a good point though. Oh my God.
Just seriously, like this is, I mean, the fact that Sweet Valley's most diehard fans to this day are people who are, like all of us, like diametrically opposed to much of the contents of the books is fascinating. Someone should write a thesis about that.
True. My God, I never even thought about it, but like,
same.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, well, listeners, thank you so much for joining us for another year of insanity. That's all I can say. We appreciate you being with us so much. We are going to be taking our Christmas breaks. We won't be back till February. But you know what you can do in the meantime if you'd like to keep listening to our pearls of wisdom. You can sign up to HeadStuff Plus.
Yes, we're so wise. We have loads of great ideas.
Can't you tell?
But yes, if you do in fact want more of us rambling and being half hysterical while talking about things, you can head over to HeadStuff.
Who doesn't?
I mean, look, what a selling point. But yeah, HeadStuffPodcast.com. You can sign up to support the show, and you get access to all our lovely, juicy bonus content, which is of course 4 series of us getting increasingly fond of the TV show of Sweet Valley High. And lately we've been talking about the Caitlin books and having an absolute blast because they're just full tilt telenovela. The secret doctor dads, there's accidents, there's secrets in a boarding school. There's like Princess Lawrence Baxter, Queen of Our Hearts. Who
We love him. He's like gets a drag in like the first book.
Like the first time we see him, nearly he's like fully dressed as a princess for a talent show, and it's like, I love this guy. He's
our favorite. We are worried about him though.
We are concerned. Yeah, there's Caitlin's one true love is a guy that we fucking despise. So, but we also get to have fun booing him basically every time he turns up and, just hating him generally. But yeah, it's all that good kind of Sweet Valley classic era kind of stuff. Like we've literally got Enid and Crash Landing type of injuries going on where like a kid can walk but doesn't want to and doesn't want it enough. So, maybe if some cheerleaders get involved, that's what they need to resolve that storyline. But yeah, so that's what we're up to in the bonus series at the moment. We're doing kind of 4 chapters at a time. And to be fair, for the most part, they are packing in a lot of nonsense and drama into those 4 chapters. And we're having a great time going through them. But, and I also keep forgetting to say this, but like when you do sign up to like the Double Love Plus feed, it's also an ad-free episodes. So like your main feed episodes won't have any ads in them, which, ads are annoying. So that's just an extra bonus feature that you can get by signing up. So there you go.
So join us in the clubhouse if you're missing some Sweet Valley madness or Pascalian madness over the Christmas holidays. But I guess we can only thank you for your incredible support, for making us laugh so much with your comments and messages and emails. Thank you, Gwyneth. Seriously, it's been a joy to share this ridiculous world with you all year.
Honestly, we're having such a nice time, and thank you whoever is recommending us. I feel like we've had a little influx of new Instagram followers, so that usually means someone has recommended us on a board or a thread somewhere. So thank you for always doing that. You're all great for spreading the word, and we really do appreciate it. But we're gonna take our Christmas break. We'll be off for January, but we will be back with you in February. We'll be in France, I guess. I don't know. There's a castle. What's going on?
Who knows? And also, I do have to thank everybody for their patience while I was taking time off, having nervous breakdowns about having a book coming out and having a book coming out. So I will be finished my edits on the next one by February. So like final, it'll be gone.
So you'll just be like normal amounts of deranged.
Well, then the book's going to come out. And the derangement levels will go right up again.
The cycle begins anew.
Exactly. But, if you want to soothe my derangement, you could always buy somebody our song as a Christmas present. And maybe you could pre-order Love Scene as a little present for yourself.
That is basically what pre-ordering a book is, because I usually forget and then it turns out
always.
Like, fantastic, thank you, past me. That was a great idea.
Exactly. So why not do that for yourself? But seriously, thank you everybody for being so patient this year, and thank you, Karen, for being so patient. There's a lot of like, I can't record this week. I'm getting notes back or whatever. So yes, patience all round, but very much appreciated.
It's the Margot way.
Patience. Oh, it always comes back to you, Margot. Wherever you are.
Oh, our one true queen.
Well, we will see you all in 2026 when we cry Vive la France!
Wow.
And find out what happens oh my God, even the name is ridiculous. In the Chateau d'Amour Inconnu.
I guess.
When we find out what happens when a new story begins for Jessica and Elizabeth with Once Upon a Time.
Wow. Oh my God.
See you then, everybody.
Oh, thanks for listening and have an amazing Christmas or
happy Christmas.
Break
happy holidays.
Everything. Hooray.
Happy everything. And happy New Year.
Oh, happy everything, everybody.
Bye.
This show is part of the HeadStuff Podcast Network, a hub for the creative and the curious. Shows are produced in association with HeadStuff and the Podcast Studios Dublin. Find out more or become a member at headstuffpodcasts.com.